Good morning, everyone.
Vincent.
Welcome to the Miracle Call. We call this Miracle Call because it seems like there's so many, what seem to be miracles going on with our LifeWave patches and technologies that, well, even though it's science, it seems so miraculous. We love to hear your stories. If you're brand new to the call, we welcome you especially, and welcome to the LifeWave family. My name is Sunshower Rose, and I'm coming in from the environs of Sedona, Arizona. And I'm filling in today for another host who's off traveling the world, having a great time. So I'm your substitute host today, Sunshower Rose. And here's just a little bit of housekeeping for our call this morning. So LifeWave does not claim to diagnose, treat, or cure any disease. So just be aware of that, and therefore we do not say on this call any disease names. Symptoms only, please, and we'd like you to be brief, bold, and compliant. So compliant means, again, no disease names. So there's usually a bunch of people on this call, and we want to be courteous to them. And so we'd like you to keep your stories about how it was before, how it was after you used first the X39. That's what we're going to talk about the first 15 minutes, the star of the show, X39. And then after the 15 minutes is up, then we can move on and talk about other patches as well. So with that, I'm looking for some raised hands. If you raise your hand, and there's a little thing at the bottom, little icon called raise hand. If you'd like to do that to speak, then you'll need to unmute yourself. Please keep your hand raised while you're telling us your story. And when you're done, lower your hand and I'll move on to the next person. So let me see some raised hands. Let's get going. This is only a half-hour call now. Come on. If you don't, I'm going to have to tell you my smeller story. Who here has heard my smeller story? Raise your hands. Some of the regulars have, that's for sure. Okay, we avoided that one. Let's go to, oh my gosh, how do you say your name? Hasina?
Yes. Hi.
Good
Hi,
morning.
Sunshine. Sorry, I didn't even mean to put up my hand, but while I'm doing that, I haven't told the story for a long time. Actually, I forgot about it, which is so great that Gregory always says you should fill in the health tracker when you start your X39. And so when I started, since I was a teenager, I used to have period pains, like these menstrual pains were really bad. And I reached a point where I was 21 and didn't use any painkillers or anything like that. And the only thing that helped me was a certain omega-3, but it didn't, I still noticed, I noticed the discomfort. And when I started on X39, I remember one time putting it below my belly button, and I realized that I don't have those pains anymore. So any woman who can relate to me, honestly, it changed my life. And I still remember, like, I stopped noticing, which was huge for me.
Oh, it's good that you do notice these things. You know, sometimes that's an internal thing, but sometimes we have things going on even on the outside, right? Or we're limping or something, and other people will notice the changes before we do. So good for you for noticing and using your health tracker. And if you don't know what the health tracker is, please talk to the person that invited you. Thank you so much, Hashina. Okay, well, we have a raised hand with iPhone. Not sure who that is, but come on in.
Hi, my name is Connie,
Hi, Connie.
and I'm from Minnesota. My sister-in-law told me about these patches, and I've had a lot of stuff going on. I've had a couple little things that have cleared up, and I'm waiting for some other things. But the main story I want to share is my daughter, who is 20 now, but she had a back injury when she was 8 years old, and we didn't realize she had been suffering for all those years until she was 15 and re-injured it. And she's just in constant pain all the time. And she loves to do sports. And she was also having some constipation issues. And I just started her. I told her when she came home from college on Christmas break, just try these for a month at least and see how they do. So she started it on the top of her back. She was having, it caused a little bit of pain. Then she's like, now my upper back is hurting. I'm like, well, put it on your lower back where your main pain is. And within 3 weeks, her back pain went away almost completely. Her bowels started working well. And she was involved in a sport that was pretty physical. And one weekend, she said, I played 6 games and I only took ibuprofen once, where I would have been on it around the clock and not slept after that tournament. And then she was feeling so good, she took the patches off, quit using them, and then her back started hurting again. She put the patches on and her back pain is better. And it's just such a blessing as a mom to know your child isn't suffering anymore of this back pain that you hope teenagers would never have to deal with. They're too young to you just don't want to see your kids having to deal with that kind of thing, then limiting their activities and having a hard time even sitting down on road trips. And
yeah. So again,
now
what
it's
was your name again, please?
my name is Connie.
Connie, thank you so much. Great story. And isn't it cool that if you take the patches off, things seem to go back to normal the way they were, put the patch back on, things seem to improve again. Isn't that
Yes.
a miracle? Thank you so much, Connie.
Yes, one other thing I wanted to share, a couple different times when I've been wearing the patches, and I know you guys hit this, I'll just reaffirm what you guys say. There are times that I'm like, I'm not feeling a difference. And then I'm like, oh yeah, I need to drink water. And then I drink water and almost within a couple hours, I feel like, oh, I'm feeling better now. So that water is super important.
It is. Thanks for bringing that up, Connie. Okay, Lavelle, please.
Morning. Okay, so my story is when I was 16 years old, I had a first-degree black belt in Shotokan martial arts. And so I used to run 5 miles in the morning, 3 at night, because I just wanted to be the best sun shower. And you can't run on the pavement. That's not good for your knees. So I am in my 60s now. So 4.5 years ago, when I first put the patches on, because I told my wife, Michelle, I was like, babe, my knee hurts. My knee was in excruciating pain. I put the patches on. I didn't hear it. I didn't feel anything for a month. But 4.5 years ago, after a month of wearing the patches, I didn't feel anything in the beginning, but my pain went away in 30 days and it hasn't come back 4.5 years.
Well, that's pretty something, Lavelle. Thank you so much for sharing. We
Thanks.
appreciate you so much. Okay, well, guess who's coming on next? The very lady that I'm substituting for. Jerry, where are you?
Sunshine, I just want to say thank you so much for coming. You're always there to help. And I just got into the room now and wanted to share a Greece story that we're having over there. A lot of you know I'm traveling over here and having a blast. And Sunshine graciously stepped in to, do the call for me. So thank you so much. But there's like about 10 of us on this tour, and it's ideal because there were supposed to be 25. And we are going all over the place. And I had, some of the people we were talking and they are really looking into the patches. And this one lady ran into the bus yesterday and she says, I can barely walk the stairs to get in the bus. Can you give me a patch? And I said, certainly. So she pulled up and apparently she pulled the muscle around the hip. I'm even thinking near piriformis area, something like that. And
We're starting to lose you.
We got it up there.
Okay.
She site. The Wi-Fi isn't that great.
Okay. Now we're not hearing you. Oh, I want to hear the end of the story.
Sorry. She climbed up an archaeological site. She says, I did, but can you still hear me?
No, would you finish the story in the chat and maybe someone can read it for us?
Okay, I'll tell you about it.
Helen. Okay. Yeah, thank you. Well, thank you for being here, even though your Wi-Fi isn't great over in Greece. Wonder why.
Okay, thanks.
All right, thank you so much, Jerry. We'll look for the rest of the story in the chat. And Helen perhaps, or Gregory could read it. Now, how about Mary Rudy? Are you new? I don't remember your name. Oh, unmute, dear. Unmute, there you go.
Hi, Sunshower.
Hi.
I'm your neighbor. I live in Tucson normally.
Oh, cool.
I think you're in Sedona, but I'm in Vermont right now for the summer.
Can't
I
hear
have
you
several
very
s-
well. Speak up a bit
Oh,
more.
I'm sorry. Okay. My volume. Can you hear me better now?
Not really, just come a little closer.
Okay, got the
There
volume.
you go. Okay.
Is that good? Okay. Yeah, so I have a couple of stories. When I started the patches, I was looking into back surgery. I was put on prescription pain med, and I was going to cancel a trip with my fiance to go with my dad. Anyway, I got on the patches probably 5 years ago. Within a month, I went on my trip, and within a month or two, went off all pain meds, and within a few months, got on a bike again. And now a month ago, I biked 15 miles
Wow.
with X39 and X49 combined.
Oh, there
Especially
you go. Now
the
that,
power of X49. And
yeah.
the way I made a believer of my husband is that he broke 4 ribs mountain biking and was all bruised and swollen. And let me try one of your patches. He couldn't move. He was on the couch. And within a few hours, the swelling went down, the bruising, the discoloration went down. Next day, pain was down 50%. I think within 4 or 5 days, he started biking again.
Wow.
After that, he's worn them every day. He goes, where's my
Oh,
patch? Where's my patch? And he
right?
knows when he stops using them, he came out to Vermont and started building something. He's a builder, and he started hurting again. And he said, I'm out of patches. Order me some patches. He knows now if he doesn't use them. Yeah. Another great story, which was, I know most people don't have these results, but it just shows the power of X39. We had a dear friend who has had hip replacement surgery scheduled, and she's a nurse for 40 years. And she said, oh, let me try the patches. And I said, well, it'll at least help you through the surgery, recover sooner. And she called me within 2 weeks and said, Mary, the pain is 94% gone.
Mhm.
And I am now going back to the gym.
Mm.
I can go up and down the hills, and I just canceled my hip replacement surgery. That's like a really quick response. But it's
Really good. Thank you so much, Mary. Great, great stories. Thank you so much. Well, we have a couple more minutes of just X39. And Majay, would you like to speak up today?
Absolutely beautiful sunshine shower. I am so excited. Thank you. These incredible technologies. Can you guys hear me?
Oh, actually, we need to have everybody be muted, other than you. So let's see if everybody's muted now. And then there you go. I think all is well. Go for it, Majay.
Okay, thank you, Sunshower. Okay, so let's just start with my child first, our child. Our youngest just turned 17 on the 18th, and right after his birthday, it must have been the birthday cake, I don't know. He claims it was, but his wisdom tooth started hurting him really bad at about 1 o'clock in the morning. And he was crying and holding his face, and I don't want my teeth taken out. Oh my gosh. And I said, honey, grab the patches.
Mhm.
And so we put the X39 and doubled it up with the carnosine, no, the Eon. And so within seconds, he fell asleep, woke up, the patch wasn't even on his face anymore, and he had no more pain. He comes in my room this morning, and remember, this was on the 18th. I said, so you haven't been hurting since then, huh? He goes, no, I'm fine. Absolutely. We do not want our children in pain,
No.
right? So, and we want to keep as far away from those other pain relievers as much as possible. And so teaching him, and he really understands the power of the patch, because when he woke up one day out of the blue with hives all over his body from something, how could you get hives after waking up? I don't understand. But I put X39 and Eon all over his body, his back, and his arms and legs. And it went away within 10 minutes. It was amazing. For me, yesterday I was on the call and I forgot to mention the one thing I was suffering with the whole day, which was dry eyes. So at the end of the call, a gentleman mentioned his dry eyes. I'm like, duh, I'm laying here, ding dong, no patches on my face. And I'm listening to everyone's testimony, even after I gave my testimony. And the last person mentioned dry eyes. I'm like, ding dong, you're so silly. You didn't even mention it. And no one could really answer it. Well, ding dong, again, the light went off. I grabbed the carnosine and put it on the bridge of my nose. And after all that suffering, it went away. It went away. I couldn't believe that all that time I'm suffering and it went away. And so that is just miraculous. I had the X39 on my C7 and the carnosine just tapped on the bridge of my nose. And normally I would put it on my forehead, but I said, no, my eyes are really hurting and I want direct attention. And
Right.
so it happened. So
Fabulous.
guys, it's just amazing how this technology works for everything and anything. So
And
thank you for allowing me to share, Sun
Thank
Shower.
you, Ajay. Absolutely fabulous stories. And that's why we see almost 120 people on this call, and it's Monday morning, 8 a.m. And Pacific time. Good
Woo-hoo.
grief. We are so lucky and so blessed to have each other and learn about how to use our patches and how one other person used it. Well, maybe I should try that. So, okay, next, and now we can move into the other patches as well. So who's going to speak, Roger or Orla?
I am.
Okay.
I don't know, probably most of you don't know that I have a lot of issues going on in my body and have had for a long time. But anyway, I started on the patches, and about a month after I did that, I have to use a walker all the time when I fall. I call it my fall of the week. Anyway, I fell and fractured my sacrum. Within 14 days, it was healed, which just amazed me and amazed the doctor. He didn't believe it. But anyway, so I think my patches have been so busy trying to take care of all my falls and then time to do a lot of other things. But I'm still expecting great things to happen because I'm 86. I've been on the patches 9 months now. So I'm expecting great things to happen.
That's a good term, expecting. I have someone else that last week said there was hope, and now there's great expectation. So great way to look at it, Orla. Thank you so much for your story. And let's move on to Perry, please. Unmute. Okay.
Okay. Well, I'll soon be 86 years old and I don't wear makeup. I have this glow all the time. I have very few wrinkles, and if you can see the black in the back of my hair is coming in that way.
Yep.
I have all my joints, all my teeth, and thanks to Ice Wave, I mean, thanks to X39, I'm getting younger every day.
I hear that. Yep, I feel like I'm like 35. We don't want to talk about my age, but it's getting up there.
I even have eyebrows again. They used to be white. So
There you go.
It's wonderful.
I know. I used to say, well, I'm starting to disappear. You know, things are getting lighter and lighter, but not so much anymore. Things are coming back to where they used to be.
Yeah, I can see it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Perry. Let's move on to Diane. Unmute. There you go.
I got it. A friend of mine had calcification in all of the small capillaries of her entire chest, and her doctor was very concerned. She used the performance bundle for a few months, and at month number 6, she was rescanned and all of the calcification was gone, 100%.
Can you tell folks what the performance bundle means?
I certainly can. It is using both the X39 and the X49. You can purchase them as a package instead of singly in your store, in your back office. And the two of them are the mother-daughter dynamic duo that work well with one another.
Well put, well put. Thank you so much, Diane. Good job. Michelle. Another hostess for our calls. There she is. Gorgeous.
Good.
Michelle.
Oh, thank you, Sunshower. The woman that just said, I don't wear makeup. It's like, well, I'm not wearing makeup right now. I do when I host, but normally I don't. So here I am, fresh out of my walk. Anyway, Robin has shared about family often not being the best place to share patches. Thankfully, my dear mom, who's 85, has been using the patches for almost as long as I have. She's been on them about 4 years, but that's not who I have a story about. I have a story about my sister. My sister and brother are extremely skeptical. My brother hasn't even tried them. My sister was in so much pain. My mom gifted her some Ice Wave. And my sister was having pain in her upper shoulder for about 4 months. And she said, massage didn't help, acupuncture didn't help, and cupping. She tried all 3 of those and none of them really helped. So she called me before she put the Ice Wave on. And she said, Michelle, I don't know. I'm very skeptical. Just tell me how to do this. And so I had to take her through the, procedure, put the tan on the most pain and move the white one around. So that was in the evening. And the next day she texted me and she said, I have a story for you. Call me. And she said it wasn't immediate. She says it went down a little bit, but she said she went to bed about an hour later. She said she woke up and she said, normally when she gets up in the middle of the night and turns over, her shoulder is so excruciating, it wakes her up. She said, I didn't wake up. In the morning, she said, Michelle, it's like 95% gone. She said, I'm kind of holding my breath, waiting, like, is it going to come back? I said, just expectations, right? Let's have positive expectations like we've been talking about. And she's ordering some patches. So yay.
Oh, isn't that
my
great?
sister, my dear sister. So there you go.
Way to go. So maybe for the new folks, mention about Ice Wave in about 30 seconds. Tell us how that goes.
Sure. Ice Wave is our pain patch. And it's, as Robin says, it's the most demonstrable of all the patches. So in research, it was found that about 90% of people are out of pain in minutes, either rapid or immediate pain relief. 90% have complete pain relief. And if you don't, it may be that the patches are not placed properly. So it's a 2-patch system like Energy Enhancer. And Dr. Barbara Jennings and I did a video about it. You can find it on our Live Younger YouTube. It's a little bit of a learning curve with it about how to place it. But basically the tan goes on the point of pain and the white one you move around until you have a relief of pain. So
well put. Well put. Thank you, darling.
You're welcome.
See you on another call when you're hosting.
See you on another call.
Gregory.
Okay, I'm going to read Jerry's little testimonial here.
Okay.
Because her connection wasn't clear. She says, my husband and I are on this tour with 2 teenagers, 2 couples in their 40s and 1 couple in their 50s. One of the women came up to me the other day and seemed to convey unbelief to me about the fact my husband and I are ahead of the pack, so to speak, going up and down hundreds of steps, monasteries on mountain peaks, archaeological sites, museums, and doing it in 108-degree temperatures. That speaks loudly to being consistent over the 3 years of wearing the patches. That's called age reversal. As I say, the consistent and persistent results will come. Isn't that awesome? Thank you, Jerry.
Age reversal. What a wonderful thing to be able to say that's going on in your body. What? We're very, very fortunate. Thank you for reading that for Jerry, Gregory, and Jonathan. And then let's see, we have 5 more minutes. So let's see.
Oh, great. I vote that Michelle doesn't put makeup on ever again. She looks good. That's what LifeWave does for you, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Real quick, I've been working with a lot of the members of my church at cleaning up after our storm. at the church, we've had trees, big trees, oak trees fall over. We've had to cut them up. Yesterday, we were at the church and we were working and the sun was just beating down on us. I wore energy patches on my feet. I wore carnosine because they say people that are vegetarians need to have carnosine. I don't know why, but I need to research that. I did glutathione, X39, X49, and today it doesn't feel like I was there at all. I feel absolutely amazing. And as someone said, this is what wearing it consistently does for our bodies. We return from our exercise like, oh, it feels good. I feel great today. Thank you for my chance.
Sure, and stay unmuted. I wanted to ask you and mention something. So X39 is the one we would want to wear every single day. Some of the other patches, perhaps as needed. So you wore the energy enhancers to help you with your energy that day.
Yes.
Where on your foot? Just show me on your hand where on your foot you placed.
I wore it right under the pad, right under the pad. When I wear it there, it seems to give me a lot of energy. And usually if I wear it with the X39, I may have too much energy, but I needed as much as I could because I was picking up logs, probably about 60 pounds, and I needed it all. I put the X39 and X49, I put them together under my belly button, and I had the glutathione and the carnosine on my C7.
That's a lot of information for a brand new person, but get with your person who invited you and they'll begin to sort of reveal how to use these patches. But as Robin Muscari will always tell you, use your X39 for a good 90 days consistently, perhaps with no other patch, unless perhaps you're in pain where IceWave comes in. Okay, that's just a brief little summary. Thank you so much, Jonathan. Good one. Carol Lynn, please.
Good morning, Love Tribe. I'm 72 and I've been wearing the patches for 2 years this week. And I ordered them because I needed a thumb joint replaced. And I had been wearing the patches for 6 weeks. And for anyone that's having surgery, X39 is your best friend to wear during surgery. I put it on the back of my neck and told the pre-op nurse that it was a wellness patch, and then she didn't say anything more. So 36 hours post-op, I had 0 pain because I was wearing IceWave. So kudos, Michelle, for bringing up IceWave. It's fabulous. I did the joint where I had, I put it right, the tan on the source of pain, and I skipped my wrist and my elbow and put it up here, right here. And I'm telling you, 36 hours, 0 pain after such a huge surgery. And the real reason I ordered the patches was because I have an autoimmune condition in my mouth that has been diagnosed several times as being in remission. Most recently, I saw my periodontist just a week ago, and he said it's still in remission. And I've worn the X39 here on this side, and sometimes I wear it here, sometimes I wear it on the mastoid on the back of both ears, as what I did in the beginning. And just briefly, I wanted to boast about X49 because my neighbor had a stroke 5 years ago, and he started with not being able to walk. Then he graduated to a walker, then a cane. I convinced him in March for his wife to order the patches. And so he had been wearing them for about 2.5 months, only X49, only X49 for the neuro issues. And he took his first unaided steps in the house. Wow. And he has a whole wheelchair ramp. I know, a whole wheelchair ramp in his front yard, and just so bummed out that he's confined like that. And on my birthday in June, he walked for the first time on his grass, and that had been wearing X49 for about 10 weeks. So
Wow.
these patches are such a miracle. I'm
Wow.
just so grateful to
Yeah.
everyone here and to David.
We're so blessed. Thank you so much, Carol Lynn. Really. Okay, let us take one more person and then we'll wrap it up and hand it back over to Gregory. Victoria, please.
Hello, everyone. So I've been using the patches for a very long time and I have a lot of stories, but the one that I want to share is something that just gave me so much relief emotionally. I had a wisdom tooth that I'm a late bloomer. The wisdom tooth, it was killing me because it was just pressuring against my jaw and my other tooth. And I managed that with Aeon. But because of everything that was going on, I had a lymph node right under it that got inflamed. And it was, I mean, this went on for a year to the point that I was about to go to the doctor because I said, oh my God, maybe it's not that. Maybe it's going to be the C word or something really scary. I had heard other stories from my friends and I'm like, oh my gosh. So I tried X39. It didn't do the trick. And then I decided a week ago, this has been happening like for a year. I decided a week ago to put on glutathione. I put on glutathione. I mean, this thing was like this, right? I put on glutathione. It went away the next day. Next day. So I don't have it on right now, but I have to go put it on because I just remind myself, I'm just going to keep on putting it on there, but there's nothing. So now I'm going to go to the doctor.
Victoria and
It was
Carol
incredible.
both mentioned something that's pretty important, and that is to use your own intuition. It's not like any doctor's going to tell you put the patch here. We experiment to see which patch works works for what. So thank you so much, both of you, Carol and Victoria, for saying those things. Okay, and with that, I'd like to hand the call back over to Gregory.
Well, thank you, Sunshower. You always do such a wonderful job hosting these calls. And good morning, everyone. Isn't this a great way to start our Mondays? You know, our Love Tribe, you know, our patching stories. And we've really been blessed. And Robin, you know, Robin was going to give a talk in Orlando on Saturday, but thanks to the global IT failure, our flight was canceled and we ended up staying home. But on what a blessing it is to be part of this LifeWave community, opportunity, and movement, because we're changing people's lives. You know, we're enhancing people's lives and being, you know, rewarded for doing it. You know, so tonight we're going to have our regular Monday evening community call. So please join us at 7 o'clock Mountain Time. Usually runs about 30 minutes. This call was a juicy call. It'll be up in replay in liveyounger.youtube.com in about 3-4 hours, usually by early afternoon. We have the calls up for replay. And I just want to say thank you to all of you for being on the call with us. And thank you, Sunshower, for being such a gracious host. And if you'd like to unmute and
Hey,
say,
Gregory.
yay.
This is Mijay. Hi, sweetheart.
Hello.
I just wanted to say kudos to the whole entire LifeWave family for becoming #1 in the momentum. I am so excited to see us above all the other companies, be it Tupperware, be it Gano Excel, be it Melaleuca, all of those companies. We are #1, and that's something to totally push your chest out on. Oh my gosh. Woohoo, LifeWave. Yeah.
We're the rising star, the
We
sweetheart of
are the stars. Yes. So I just
Right.
wanted to say that.
If it's
Thank
okay,
you.
if it's okay, I'd like to say, Jonathan, your assistant that was behind you is adorable.
Indeed, he is.
Thank you so much. That's my 6-year-old son.
All right. Hello there. Okay, bye everyone.
Thank you.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye, everyone.
Have
Thank
a
you.
X39 day.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Great call. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Until next time,
Thank
Love Tribe.
you.
Great job,
Thank
Sunshower.
you. Thank you.
Thank you, Gregory.
Yay,
Great
guys, have a
job,
great
Sunshower.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Have a great
everyone.
week,
Thank you, Sunshine.
guys.
Thank you. Bye.
Share, share, share.
Amen.
Bye.